Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio.
Man. Oh shit, what number is this?
14?
14, yeah. Okay, yeah, because last time was unlucky number 13.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's how we know it.
That's how we know it. Not because we have an accurate count system. Yellow!
Heyo!
This is another episode of Matinee Edition.
Hey, welcome to Matinee
I
Edition.
believe it's number 14, as you probably heard us talking about earlier.
Let's not cut that.
Let's leave it right in.
Leave it in.
It's been another...
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Fuck it, do it live. It's been another week. Exciting stuff has been happening. Always. Maybe not around here, but somewhere.
All we got here in Olympia is homeless people shooting up.
Oh my god, man. And people shaming you for being, upset about that. It's so strange.
I love Evergreen.
Right now it's Turd Thursday outside.
Hey.
And
Freaking Turd Thursday. The day that did nothing for local business to such a point that businesses have just stopped staying open.
they just decided to stop. It's so true, though. But that's not what we're talking about.
That's a local yokel conversation.
That is actually.
Go ahead and listen to the first episode of Local Yokel.
Yeah. There's a nice plug for you.
Hey.
So I got usually we try to start off with DC news. I know that, but honestly, there's been not a lot of interesting stuff coming out of that camp. The only thing I was telling you, I read there is an actual Snyder cut, which is not even that exciting because it's apparently, according to Kevin Smith, is just completely full of green screen. The chances of that actually coming to life are probably 86%.
Yeah, I don't see why they would ever do that.
No,
it's
probably the only DC extended universe movie though that would make some money.
I mean, that's true. There's such a, it's notorious at this point. Everyone wants to see the Snyder cut, but if it's an unfinished shitty film, what's the point?
They just release it with just huge swaths of 5 minutes of just green. Somebody
Did you
ever
hear what the execs said about the Snyder cut?
No.
So keep in mind, these are the people that praised Batman v Superman as a piece of art.
Ugh.
They said that it was unwatchable. So how bad is it?
That's got to be real though. How bad? If somebody called Batman versus Superman art, by no means is that a good movie.
You can see the shell of a good movie.
Yeah, you can definitely see the thought.
But the execution is just Snyder.
So for somebody,
it's bleak, levity, gone.
For somebody with a Michael Bay palette to call
make something profound.
Yeah, the Snyder cut, a theoretically garbage movie.
Yeah,
it doesn't set it up for anything good.
That must be abysmal.
Yeah.
And forgettable all but immediately.
I guarantee you I'd much rather watch Avengers Infinity War followed by Avengers Endgame 5 times in a row than ever
I would
discover
probably still be entertained.
Oh yeah.
At given points.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which it's still something we gotta do that though.
Yeah, we gotta rewatch Endgame.
Well, it'd be fun to try and do not necessarily back to back because that would be 6 hours of straight Avengers.
One day Infinity War, one day Endgame.
But it'd be fun to kind of watch them at least simultaneously.
6 hours of Infinity Game.
I don't know if you ever did this, but back in the day, me and my buddies got together on multiple occasions to our I don't even know why, just why the fuck we did, but we spent multiple times watching the whole extended edition of Lord of the Rings.
Good God.
Did you ever work your way through all 3 of those?
Yeah, I have. Not all in one sitting, hallelujah. But the closest thing I can remember to that is in high school when Furious 7 came out.
Yeah.
Me and my friends spent 26 hours and watched everything and then went and watched Furious 7.
God damn.
And by the end I was like, motherfucker,
yeah,
ride or die.
You're right.
Just die.
At the end of fucking 11 hours of Lord of the Rings.
Shit, isn't one of those 7 hours long?
One of them's I think the Return of the King, including all the extra stuff, is well over 4 at least.
Good God.
It's definitely
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. But that actually brings me into a piece of news though. So Amazon Amazon's making a new television show, a Lord of the Rings show.
Yeah.
Yeah, which they just announced should be like 20. The first season is going to be about 20 episodes deep.
Okay.
And
is it going to be like in universe or what?
I believe it. I mean, like I believe it's set in like that time period of Middle Earth.
But it's not going to be like a retelling.
No, it's not. I don't even think it has anything to do with the original characters.
Right, that's good.
I think it's supposed to all be like different characters, doing different shit in the world, and the quest for the One Ring or whatever it is.
I think, well, having looked at like recent like sequels / reboot type stuff, like look at that Men in Black International movie.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I've
Chris
never
Hemsworth
heard.
and Tessa Thompson.
Which is
It got like critically and commercially panned pretty hard,
fair
and
enough.
like it just went without
I
a sound.
It really did. I remember this like the it being brought up when it was like, oh man, they're redoing Men in Black, or like they're doing another Men in Black,
and then
like,
you're
there
like,
was so
it
hype
came out.
behind it, and then it came out, and then you're right, it immediately faded to the background.
Yeah,
it did not,
which is the worst thing.
Yeah.
Like at least there are like shitty movies like The Room that stick around.
Yeah, but they
like,
gain notoriety.
They gain notoriety because they suck.
Yeah,
like
they're awful.
Yeah,
but that's a whole shtick. Dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So like as of late, unless you're coming out of like the big fucking machine franchises like Star Wars, say what you will about The Last Jedi, it made a fuck ton of money.
Yeah,
they're making more.
Yep.
Like unless you're Marvel, Star Wars, or like a few other properties, like sequels or reboots haven't really been doing work for anybody.
No.
So I think that doing something like, because in a world as loved as Lord of the Rings,
totally,
they can do as much as they fucking want.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And
Middle Earth has so much potential to just tell new stories.
Absolutely.
So why not?
And I mean, you can thank fucking Peter Jackson for showcasing the fact that like those that universe, that or like world can be like put into film. You know, it works.
Like look at like I mean, yeah, the best example of it, like that's a film where the world feels lived in. You know,
definitely.
There's other films that you watch where you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
this is not real.
They're like introducing you to like this brand new world, but like, you walk into those movies feeling like there's a history there.
Yeah. Once like you're there's a point with disbelief you can get to where you buy into it. Say like the first Kingsman movie. That's sort of like hyper reality. Yeah. Where like everything like, it's sort of fucking crazy, but then at the same time it's not like that.
Yeah.
That weird.
It's not outlandish.
It's not outlandish. Your state of disbelief hasn't been pushed that far. But then there's some movies like fuck. Like I mean like Batman versus Superman, where you're like, this is just like a sad world, and it just there's no way that in a place this world would ever exist. Yeah. Lord of the Rings doesn't have that. Lord of the Rings is just like this super thriving, really cool world. So why fuck it, right?
Dude, it'd be I mean, and it's Amazon's definitely gonna something like the Lord of the Rings property, with it being as successful as it has been in the past, books or movies or whatever. Like it they're going to throw a proper budget behind it too, so it's not going to be like one of those like, all right, we're going to see if this pans out. Like, they're going to fucking go after it right out of the gate. So
Amazon's been doing fucking well.
Dude, I want to bring up their other show that they just came out.
The Boys? I want to watch that.
Oh my god, dude. I watched it.
You watched it?
That was one of the weird shows that I've just decided to binge through. Like,
it was good.
I don't go too hard. These days I don't go as hard as I used to on the binging, but The Boys.
Old man.
The Boys is a fucking intense show. It actually makes me want to pick up the comics. Yeah. Which I didn't even know. You liked it, but. Yeah, it's really like it's fun, it's gruesome, it's gross, it's exactly what.
Isn't it like sort of a Justice League satire?
Sort of. So if you know anything about the Justice League, you know that they have these counterparts, on a different Earth, where it's like they're basically like evil versions of the Justice League, right? There's like Ultraman for Superman, there's Owlman for Batman, and they're just dicks, dude. They're like criminals who just rule over everybody. Yeah, you get that. What's cool about The Boys is you get the same vibe from it, where you kind of go into it thinking like, I'm sure these guys are assholes, right? Yeah. And
I mean, doesn't the fat like A-Train, isn't that his name? Doesn't he like shred the main character's girlfriend accidentally?
Dude. It's so.
I've seen that clip. It looks fucking brutal.
He runs straight through her. Yeah. Like he's just boom, and then she's just like instantly just vaporized. blood and vapor, and there's this. Yeah, and that's like a huge. I mean, that's a huge point in the first episode. But but the thing is, you don't know how deep it goes. You don't know how dark it goes, and that show actually gets pretty fucked. Like those characters are fucked up.
Yeah,
like they're fucked in the head. Like if those were superheroes in real life, like we'd all be fucking screwed.
Isn't the sort of main bad guy, the Homelander dude, isn't it like a Superman Captain America cross type deal?
Yeah. I mean, like, so there's this in comics back in the 90s, I believe, or was it the early 2000s? There's this crossover universe that Marvel and DC created called the Amalgam Universe.
Yeah. Wasn't it Super Soldier?
Yes, Super Soldier is basically what Homelander looks like.
That's awesome.
So Super Soldier is the combination of Superman and Steve Rogers, Captain America. And it's just like Superman, but blonde hair, blue eye. Like for some reason, Captain America just happens to be Aryan, you know, which is so strange in itself. But Homelander in the show is essentially like that. Like not to spoil much, but just like the thing that you leave off in the first episode is just like a perfect example of like how the rest of that show's gonna go.
Cool.
Like it's just this moment where you're sort of like, oh fuck, I thought that was not supposed to happen. Like I thought that was supposed to be a good guy, and it's just something that just like I don't know, it surprised me.
Damn.
But simultaneously kept me completely like entertained at the same time, which is kind of cool.
Hey, that's good praise.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've heard The Boys is great. Jack Ryan was really good. I'm a huge advocate of that show.
I just saw this. The Tick is fucking awesome, dude. Like, if y'all listening have not started
I haven't seen The Tick.
You should definitely try it. Check it
yeah,
out, man.
I've only heard good things.
The first season, I haven't checked out any of the second season.
It got canceled, I heard.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a bummer because like that first season was fucking fire.
The showrunner's doing this huge. He's on this huge sort of rant as of late about how the whole like Netflix Amazon deal is really only making it so that way like shows will ideally last 2 seasons and then wrap up.
Oh.
Because anything past that, it's already been shown. It was the problem with the Marvel shows.
Really?
Was that anything past that, user numbers don't spike anymore.
That's crazy though, but I mean, like,
it makes sense from like a numbers standpoint.
It makes sense from a numbers standpoint, but like, what about like the storytelling of it all? Like, I mean, is that going to be a trend in the future where you just see non-stop shows with like 1 or 2 seasons and then like it gets all wrapped up in that?
Yeah,
that seems so like in
sad.
In a way, it just there's like so little payoff to that. You know what I mean? I'd like because I mean sometimes you want to see like how far people can take characters. And
hey, look at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just wrapped up the 6th season. Have you finished it?
Not yet. But lay it on me. How was the season finale? Though?
Fantastic.
Okay,
good season finale. I think the shorter structure ended up working well for them.
Yeah.
It did seem a bit rushed towards the end, but still overall had a lot of fun watching it.
Fair enough.
I'd say definitely not like it's on par with like the 5th season. I'd say.
Oh yeah.
So in my opinion, the 4th one's the best.
Fair enough.
The whole like Ada LMD arc was so cool.
I mean, God, dude, that's the thing. I mean, like they've had.
It's just,
cool
but it's consistently good. It's great, I'd say.
It started off rocky, and they lost so many people after that first season. But like it got so consistently good after that.
And
it
like
was just
having really fucking high highs.
Yeah. Like,
They do some cool stuff in this. You better wrap it up soon. We'll have to talk about it on like the next episode.
I will. The only reason I haven't wrapped it up soon is my Hulu account needs to be reactivated.
Oh shit.
Yep. I forgot to do that the other day.
That'll do it.
I forgot to. Well, it's like I'm so lazy about it sometimes. Like I forgot to do it. I got on there. It was like, yo, you need to plug in your email and your password, and I was just like, well, I need to set those back up. And so I just immediately logged out. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just being lazy. Either way, I will watch it. So yeah, I mean, like, there's that. Did you? I mean, we kind of mentioned this before we started recording, but I read this rumor, and it's been weighing on me. You know, I'm just trying to take it in because it would mean some drastic changes for what Warner Brothers has been trying to do with the DC movies.
This sounds intense.
Well, it's that rumor that Henry Cavill is going to be moving on into a Marvel Cinematic Universe role, and that they're also looking to cast The Rock
Fuck.
as a role. Which The Rock, if you've been following Warner Brothers with their like battle to like make good DC movies. Like The Rock has been like their linchpin that they've been like holding off me. Like, I swear, guys, he's gonna be Black Adam. Just give us another year, and we'll start filming. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't fucking know, man. At this
sure,
point.
he may be perfectly cast for the look of that role, but I do not think we'll ever see him as Black Adam. And I do think we'll probably see him in a Marvel movie before that.
Yeah. Here's my deal, though. Like, with the Black Adam type shit, who would have thought that the first, like, legitimately... Okay, not the first. The second, other than Wonder Woman, like, legitimately great DC movie would be Shazam.
Yeah, right? I mean, shockingly, really awesome movie, definitely.
Shockingly.
But not... Yeah. Shazam!
Woo!
No, but, like, it was not...
There's more of a chance of it happening now, but still, I would
Yeah.
vastly prefer to see The Rock and Henry Cavill under the leadership of somebody in the MCU.
Who would utilize them?
Yeah.
That's kind of my thing. It's like,
Look at the fucking Superman cameo at the end of Shazam, where you don't even see his head.
That's the whole thing. I found this great doctored photo where somebody just like fixed that whole frame and put Henry Cavill's, like, you know, the first face you see in Justice League. Like that, like they just put his head on top of that Superman body. I was like, this seems right.
I saw a great video from when there was the whole like mustache shit show.
Yeah.
Where a dude put like a cartoon mustache on Superman in the entire like Man of Steel trailer. And but they put like proper shading and stuff on it, and it actually looks really good.
Like, why not, man?
It looks that dude with a cartoon mustache made a more convincing product than what the fucking DC guys did with over like a significant amount of like millions of dollars in CGI.
Yeah, like still to this day, it haunts me how bad that upper lip is, man. Like, how could you like throughout that? I mean, there's definitely a handful of things that they fucked up in that movie, but like
that might be the most.
That is like the biggest, most egregious error in my opinion. I can't even handle the lame ass villain that you decide to like throw in there. Steppenwolf, sure, like, you know, like whatever. But like,
yeah, what the fuck?
You literally fucked with the iconic image of the only thing that is gonna make your movies money.
You know what they just should have?
Superman.
You know what they just should have fucking done? Black suit Superman.
No joke, dude.
Let him have the mustache.
The Snyder Cut, man. The Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut would have had the fucking black suits.
We're throwing stuff. God damn.
Where's the damn Snyder Cut?
Sarcos, give me the black suit. Give me the Superman with the mullet and a mustache.
Like, everybody, like, of course, like, people would want to see that, though. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's because everybody's seen the red and blue. Like, it's not that like Superman's not a wanted character or like he's not recognizable or anything. It's just that if you were to take that recognizable character, that character that everyone knows and loves, and just give him like a little bit of a tweak, like throwing him in a black suit for one movie, people would fucking eat that shit up. Yeah, like,
it astounds me that like the most profitable hero in the world by far historically, Superman, has like since the fucking 70s not have had a good movie made about him.
How is that possible?
I know.
Like I argue that the Christopher Reeve Superman is iconic mainly because it was the first major portrayal of like Superman being able to convincingly use his powers on him.
I mean, it holds up to a regard.
Yeah, and you know, and he fit the bill. Like, he plays a really good, arguably a better Clark Kent than he does a Superman.
Yeah, I've heard that argument as well.
But like, you're right though. He's Superman, the most profitable, most recognizable character on this fucking planet.
If you
has not had a good TV show, has not had a good movie, has not had any solid screen time. It's like in this fucking century so far,
motherfucker. It's if you ask a child to draw a superhero, I mean like pre MCU, they're gonna fucking draw Superman. Yeah. Now they're probably gonna draw Iron Man.
That's actually a good point. I mean, like,
who would have thought that B-listers? It's why The Rock and Henry Cavill want to go to fucking Marvel. Yeah. It's because they give a shit. Yeah. Like, look at the stuff that came out with the Simon Kinberg and with X-Men. How he refused to read the fucking comics,
which is insane, man. Yeah. Like, would you want okay? And would you want like a fucking chef cooking your food who's never even like learned how to wash his fucking hands?
Yeah. The girl who played Yeah, exactly.
Like it's like some basic ass shit.
He
Read
doesn't-
the fucking comics, man, because they're the or the backboard for like the history and the personality behind these
The
characters.
girl that played Psylocke, Olivia Munn.
Yeah.
She came out recently and was like, "Oh yeah, the Psylocke costume was
hearing about
garbage."
Yeah.
When I first showed up, so I pressured them into making it look comic accurate.
Mhm.
And I was told by the director, "Oh, I never read the comics. I didn't know how the character actually looked."
Yeah.
And like that is horseshit. And you can
That's
tell
so
that like
stupid.
the MCU is being ran by fucking nerds.
That's what I mean.
He's like, why not? Nerd culture is like so praised now in this day and
oh
age.
my god, thank God, and I'm so
I know.
glad I'm an adult now. Like when I was a kid, nerds were so like nobody took comics seriously.
Yeah.
Like it's so insane to see all of a sudden like comics become like a legitimate art form and like
Yeah.
to see people
As
all
they
walks
were
of
like
life
100
participate
like
in them.
as they were in like the 1940s, like and all like before there was color TV
Yeah.
and all that, everything was fucking comics.
Yeah, man, they were fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like
And
then-
now everything's coming back.
Yeah.
And like it's okay to like reading this stuff. It's okay to derive inspiration from it.
Dude.
It's like not everything has to be like the black leather fucking suits from the original X-Men movies.
Exactly.
It was a different time.
Exactly, man. And like you know when those movies came out was exactly that. Like people weren't looking for comic book characters on
Yeah.
screen.
They made
were
a
looking
joke
for-
about yellow spandex.
Exactly. Like they.
While they're all wearing, now we look back, we're like, "Pfft, that's fucking obnoxious.
Yeah.
Black
we
leather.
would have all loved to seen that fucking yellow spandex, but like.
Yeah. We
I
all
mean, no
wear-
joke though. I would have loved to seen Hugh Jackman in like an actual Wolverine costume.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if in the near future when we see fucking Taron Egerton playing Wolverine.
Yep.
or
I'm
something.
Old Heart's calling it now, dude. Like
Yeah.
there's been too many weird leaks from too many people
And
hinting
too many
that
reliable
he was,
ones.
that he was like
Like the fucking-
involved in some way.
The dude who is from the Ultimate Universe,
Mark Millar. Yeah.
Mark Millar, he came out and was like, Taron Egerton is going to be Wolverine.
Yep.
You guys have trusted me since 2007. I've been right about everything.
Yeah.
And like, I wouldn't be surprised if we at least see like a toned down, like brown, like the brown one. You
Yeah.
know,
Which would still be cool.
not like the fucking yellow and blue and red.
Yeah, like-
Maybe eventually get there.
I feel like they'd have to build up to it. Well, because again, like sometimes comic accurate costumes don't go well. Like
Yeah.
okay, Deadpool, great example. Deadpool brought the comic accurate costume to life. Like,
But-
but
It was very much made fun of.
true.
Yeah.
But like but it's
Unless it's
I mean,
like,
those,
I feel like unless it's like
those movies wouldn't work without like the actual
True.
comic
costume.
costume.
Which
because,
the way they made that work is actually super cool.
Yeah.
How the mask and stuff works.
what do
Where
you
they filmed every scene twice
Oh.
with the mask. One with just Ryan Reynolds' face, and then once with him with the mask on. And they
Oh, wow.
molded the facial movements into the mask.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's
So it
super
actually,
cool.
so it's why you don't get like a weird like rubbery vibe like
Yeah.
Henry Cavill's upper lip for every time Deadpool talks.
Damn, that's cool. Actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah. The more you know.
Yeah.
But
the
then
more you know.
back to what we were talking about.
But look at- but
comic
look at-
accurate works.
It does.
Like especially when the suit is ingrained into the like character.
Yeah.
Like think like if they made one like a weird route with Iron Man, like from the get go with Iron Man, it was sort of comic accurate to some
Definitely.
regard.
Definitely. I mean,
They
dude,
could
I
have very
remember
much
that
gone and
first-
made him look like a fucking stealth fighter.
No.
Then like blown off the red and yellow. Like
They
but
could.
no.
Yeah. They like. Well, and that's the argument. It's like the thing is, look at the Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
Like purposely designed to be more realistic.
Yeah.
Nobody's asking for comic book movies. Nobody's asking for a fucking MCU movie to be based in real life.
Look at
Like we want to see like these costumes. We want to see these
Yeah.
colors. We want to see.
But then at the same time, it's like no wonder they're taking so much inspiration from Mark Millar in the Ultimate Universe. He's like, look at the two different portrayals of the Falcon in comics.
Fair
You
enough,
know,
fair
like
enough.
one of the original Falcon, for those who don't know, was just a dude with a fucking red costume that had wings on it,
And
who
he
had a
could talk to a
telepathic
bird.
connection to a falcon.
Would arguably not like uncool,
Not
but definitely not nearly as cool.
Much more difficult to swallow than
Yeah.
what the Ultimate Universe did, which is what we've come to know as just a dude with a jetpack with wings
Yeah.
and guns. It's
Yeah.
like, it works. It's easier to swallow.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of like when the Ultimate started rolling out. Like I think that was kind of the like one of the things behind it was that it was like it was plugging these characters into like a more grounded in reality place, but also like kind of this like grittier place too.
Yeah.
And the MCU definitely like is
it's walking
so
that
reflective of that. Like,
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
It's like that sort of weird middle ground where it isn't taking itself super seriously, but it's still grounded enough.
Yeah. And I think it's smart to not take yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we are also talking about comic books, man. We're talking about common characters. Like, there is a certain element that, like, to all these things that where you want to walk away having fun.
Yeah,
and I think
absolutely.
that's one of the reasons why you see them nail so much good humor in their movies.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, because, like, there's times where I'll be reading, like, a comic where, like, you know, there's, like, the middle of the story will have, like, you know, some sort of fight happening, some sort of battle happening.
Yeah.
But like around it, the build up, you get these like little quips, you get little one-liners, and that's the MCU, man.
It's like
Reads
look
like
at
watches like a fucking comic.
I saw an interesting breakdown of Avengers Endgame and why people left that movie feeling like it was the best fucking movie in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like how the whole like time travel sequence in the intro, it's very much like lowest of the lows and the highest of the highs, and then like it's like a clip show. They're going back to their best moments. And like how that part's like, then you get to the end and it's like a roller coaster, emotionally going up and down with the characters.
The end of that movie,
like they're quipping a bit, but then at the same time you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
They're like,
well, like a prime example, there's that shot in the middle of the battle scene where Captain Marvel rolls up and like stops right in front of Spider-Man and like just like has this like, hey Peter Parker, and like and it's just like it's so funny.
And then at that point, like all the girls start assembling, and they fucking tear through everyone. But then it hard cuts to Thanos about to get the Infinity Gauntlet, and everyone in the theater's like, "Holy fucking shit!"
Yeah, up down. Like you don't have, you just hang on to that.
And then
for the ride.
And then you go, Iron Man dies. Spoiler alert! If you're the one,
spoiler alert.
If you're the one fucker that hasn't seen Endgame, like Iron Man dies down hard, but then it's like this slow process back up, and then you get old Captain America, and you get to see that he lived out his normal life, and it like ends on a high note.
Yeah, it kind of just like ends like a little up here on the high crest, man. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I mean like it's like a Rich Marinara.
It's like a Rich Marinara that movie.
No, but it's like it's all about being able to dip low and have emotional moments, but then also being able to be self-aware enough to have levity. Yeah, which is another reason why fucking The Rock and Henry Cavill don't want to be part of that fucking universe.
Well, it's kind of dude.
I feel like they have been either extreme. There's been either no fucking levity, it's dark, it's bleak, everyone hates superheroes, that sort of thing. Or it's like, hey, it's Shazam, we're having fun. Like, we're a bunch of kids that can fly around.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of true, though. Like, even in the first, like, even in the Justice League, or no, was it Batman versus Superman or Justice League? It was Batman versus Superman.
Whatever.
The trailers for that were, like, didn't they have, like, shots where it was, like, they're like something would say like God is dead or something like it was like so serious. It was like taking itself so fucking seriously.
It was the Superman statue but on his chest it said false God.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And that was the like first teaser, and I remember people being like, oh fuck,
like they're taking it so hard.
It could be done well. I've said, it could. There's a shell there.
Yeah, there's a shell,
but it's got the bones. There's nothing around it though.
No, it's garbage.
So I'm not surprised. Who would you like to see these actors as? Because we mentioned first that it looks like it looks like U.S. agent for Henry Cavill, which is like discount Captain America,
and which the Rock's role would be way more.
That's
fucking.
So I said Henry Cavill should be Captain Britain.
Yeah, which would be awesome.
Yeah,
I mean Henry Cavill is Captain Britain. Let's be honest, the dude could physically the dude can pull it off.
Yeah,
like he could do his action roles with no problem.
No problem at all.
If Chris Evans can do it, Henry Cavill can do it. Like
you still have to watch Mission Impossible for no reason more than fucking Henry Cavill being badass.
But, man, if I could pick anything, I don't know. I feel like he would make a perfect Captain Britain.
Why don't we just say fuck you to DC even more and make him Sentry?
Oh my god, dude!
Make him just Superman.
Bringing Sentry into the MCU would be so insane.
That'd be awesome.
He has the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns.
It's so dramatic and over the top. But fuck it, why not?
It's so it'd be so insane.
You said, I'm with you.
Yeah.
The Rock is more interesting.
Well, Well, I mean, his rumor is that he's up for the role of Namor the Submariner, Namor, whatever you want to call it.
Namor the Submariner.
Yeah. Well, that's that's like full name or something like that, right? The Submariner. Right? Submariner.
He's a submarine.
He just rides around in the submarine. But that would be more interesting. And then there also have been rumors
honestly, my dream
circulating
cast
around
is
that.
Jason Momoa, but
Well, like okay. It'd be so funny though it really would to me. It'd be so funny to have Jason Momoa as Aquaman and then have
dude,
The Rock
I think I just realized I said Jason Samoa.
Jason Samoa.
Jason Samoa.
Oh man, but it'd be so funny to have them both portraying the main like aquatic heroes.
Yeah.
For those franchises, just because.
Didn't you say it was like there was a casting call for like an actor of Asian descent to play the leader of a kingdom?
Yeah, basically the leader of like distant, lost, or like ancient kingdom, basically.
Whatever.
Right. So if you're thinking about that in the context of what they could plug into the MCU, obviously Wakanda's already in there. So like we already have Black Panther.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like Wakanda-esque. You know?
Yeah. Well, so,
that'd be a really good way to introduce.
I mean, with the idea of like they're looking for somebody to fill a role like that, you have only a couple of options. You have Magneto, you could technically say maybe because he's the leader of like the mutants on Genosha, but that's not an ancient race or kingdom. Atlantis is the first thing that pops to mind, mainly because they've already kind of like subtly plugged that they're going to put Namor in hopefully Black Panther 2 is what I've heard.
Which you've told me before is like there's this weird sort of like long time feud between the characters.
Yeah. Well, that comes from like dude, in Avengers versus X-Men. It was like I can't remember which issue it was, like fucking 5 or 6 or something like that. That storyline's really fun, but it ramps up really quick, and so part of what happens is that the Phoenix Force breaks up, and it kind of gets into 5 people. Namor's one of those 5 people that like holds on to part of the Phoenix Force. He uses that to basically invade Wakanda and kill a bunch of fucking people. Shit. Like he like floods Wakanda.
Fuck.
And it's like so it's like Black Panther hates.
Isn't he also very much like?
Submariner.
Isn't he very much a anti-hero as well?
Definitely. He's like So I mean, he started off. I think his history starts him off with like, he's technically the Marvel's first mutant.
Oh, seriously, he's a mutant?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
and he starts off with like I think he works with Captain America. He has Captain America, the original Human Torch, and Namor.
Yes, because it was pre-Marvel. Like it was before they changed their name.
Pretty much, like they were like part of this group called the Invaders that were classic World War II. Fought Nazis, like kind of stuff. But he's very much like the ruler of Atlantis, and he holds that like as a character trait. He holds that title of a king with like a lot of weight, and he is very arrogant because of it. And so it would be. I mean, it would honestly. I think it'd make a really good dynamic to see like T'Challa, the MCU T'Challa.
Yeah, how he would react to like this sort of challenger.
Exactly, like a very arrogant, very physically challenging fellow ruler. So,
and I think that would actually be interesting also looking to the fact that Michael B. Jordan is said to be coming back for Black Panther 2.
Well, I mean, I wonder what they're going to do about like
I think Ancestral Plane.
Yeah, I that's like one of like a couple of things I could imagine they do with him.
Yeah.
But like his character was so popular that it would be really hard to not give him at least like a callback.
Yeah. And then at the same time when you're describing the character traits of Namor, I immediately think of Killmonger. Yeah. Very prideful, sort of extreme, but at the same time,
just willing to get the job done.
You need to remember that like Loki really like after Loki's series on Disney Plus, he's done.
He's just done?
He's done. He's dead in the main continuity now.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
They never brought him back.
That's a good point. Well,
and the Loki series is going to be a prequel.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a prequel in that alternate universe when he teleported himself away.
Yep. And so what I've heard about that, have you heard much about that series?
I'm not.
So what I've heard about it is that they've confirmed that he is going to be messing with history.
Yes.
And changing things through history as he goes. But I read this rumor that that's basically what will be fueling Doctor Strange and WandaVision. Or Doctor Strange and WandaVision.
What I heard about Doctor Strange was that WandaVision is going to end with the Scarlet Witch like truly becoming Scarlet Witch and having a mental breakdown, and the multiverse of madness is going to be essentially House of M.
That makes sense to me. I think,
it would make sense if at the end of House of M, like they do a little switcheroo.
Yeah.
They'd say that's when mutants happen.
That would be.
That would be interesting.
Instead of no more mutants.
Yeah.
That's it. Like that's.
Let there be mutants.
Yeah. Let there be mutants.
Tacky as it is.
But seriously though, I mean, like that would be an incredible way to do it.
Yeah.
I wonder if
I've been seeing stuff about her being the bad guy.
Yeah, I think they're definitely building up for the Scarlet Witch. Of all things, the Scarlet Witch to be like not like a villain, but just like have like a less heroic role. We'll say.
I won't even say less heroic, because if she has like a mental breakdown and the entirety of a WandaVision is building towards that, it can very well be sympathetic.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I mean, like arguably, like she is a sympathetic character. Her dad's the fucking Magneto, and
her brother's dead.
She fell in love with a robot.
Her robot boyfriend's dead.
She couldn't have kids. They were like just figments of Mephisto's imagination.
That would be fucking crazy if they do Mephisto.
Dude, I would. Oh my god! But again, like another super powerful character that like would be so hard to explain the virtually limitless amounts of power they have.
For those that don't know, Mephisto is essentially the devil in the MCU.
Yeah.
We've gone on such a fucking tangent here. Let me tell you.
Oh man, we've been covering some good stuff.
We've been talking some good stuff.
Costumes. We've been talking about
Mephisto.
Dude, I mean, but seriously, Mephisto would be an amazing character.
Mephisto would be great.
But that actually reminds me. I've recently just picked up just kind of like an essential paperback story collection of like Silver Surfer comics, and kind of like centered around the time. So like in comics and continuity, he for a little bit Galactus like basically like sent Silver Surfer to Earth, like trapped him on Earth because like whatever. So it starts off basically where Silver Surfer finally breaks free of that restraint, and he's back. Yeah. He's like back in the cosmos.
He's not a herald anymore.
So right? No, he's not a herald anymore, but he still has all the power cosmos. Yeah. Right. But the first story is about how he's trying to get his love, like Shalabal, back or whatever, and he comes to find out that Mephisto, after all these years, has like taken her soul just to fuck with him. Basically, and it's just like the most like brutal thing. But
that's sad.
But that's like what you see that character, for instance, the Mephisto character doing like all throughout his history.
Damn.
It's like he basically finds ways of like screwing people out of their souls or like the souls of their loved ones.
Did you was it One More Time, the Spider-Man comic?
It's called like it's like One More Night. No, I don't remember.
Something like that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Mephisto.
Basically makes Peter Parker.
Aunt May's dying.
Yeah.
And Peter Parker offers his marriage with Mary Jane.
Well, yeah, basically that's what Mephisto like is willing to accept.
So it's what they end up retconning the Civil War, like him putting out his actual identity. Yeah. It's when they retcon it and his continuity goes back like 20 years.
Oh, okay.
And he's not married anymore.
Interesting.
Him and Mary Jane are still dating. And Aunt May's alive.
Aunt May's alive.
But she's about to die tomorrow anyway, so whatever.
Oh, man.
So, back to it.
Yeah.
Very excited for the potential of The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, or Henry Cavill to be in the MCU. I think there's some pretty cool.
As much as there's like movies to look forward to, like I swear to God, we've heard so many announcements for things in the past, like that just keep getting scrapped.
Yep. We got here. That's a fantastic segue. Did you see where I was going?
I did, my friend.
Fair enough. My phone almost facing me.
No.
So, after the merger between Disney and Fox, Disney has officially just scrapped a handful of movies. It's worth mentioning that Disney watched X-Men, or not X-Men, New Mutants, and it's been described as disappointing.
I'm just so surprised that there's still a cut of that. Actually, just
burn
it and call it good. Like,
yeah, fuck it. I mean, like, I don't see why that's even a thing anymore.
I have no idea.
It's like I don't understand.
So they're scrapping New Mutants.
Yeah, I think, or it'll be like,
or they're gonna put it on Disney Plus.
Or they're gonna put it on Disney Plus. I don't think it's ever gonna delay day personally. That'd be a bad taste in your mouth for them to restart X-Men.
That'd be a really bad place to start mutants from.
So we got like 5 minutes left. We're gonna rapid fire some of the movies they just canceled. See if there's any feelings on this. Number 1, Chronicle 2.
Chronicle 2.
Did you ever watch Chronicle?
I did not.
So
what was it?
It was set in Seattle. It was Michael B. Jordan, like one of his first like big cinema roles.
Okay.
After he like started getting out TV and all that. And it was a bunch of kids that like found this like, I think it was like an alien spaceship, and it gave them like telekinetic powers.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and it's found footage, which is super cool.
Oh, cool. Okay.
We'll have to watch it sometime. It's actually a good movie.
It sounds really interesting.
It ended in a way that really didn't leave any room for them to make a sequel.
Maybe that's why they're just kind of.
I actually really like the movie.
Yeah.
I think it's super cool.
Chronicle 2 though.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chronicle 2.
I wonder if it'll bring back Michael B. Jordan.
Oh well, he died, so.
Oh, probably not.
Number 2, Magic the Gathering.
Oh
Why the
God, dude.
fuck?
it's like making a Final Fantasy movie.
Yeah.
Like, well, just don't.
I know.
Like,
Number 3, Mega Man.
Mega Man. Oh,
They saw the song trailer and they were like, "Fuck this."
So I would love to see a Mega Man movie. You can make it. You could totally do a good Mega Man movie.
Could you?
Yes.
Seriously?
We have a good Iron Man movie. You could do a good
That's
Mega Man
true.
movie. But I don't think. I mean, like with a.
It would have to be like the Emoji Movie or like Wreck-It Ralph to actually be good though. Wreck-It Ralph's a great movie.
Wreck-It Ralph is actually a really cool movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just okay. Maybe you're right. Honestly, maybe it wouldn't play.
Look at the fucking Sonic movie.
I don't wanna.
No one wants to.
What else? What else?
Number 4, Assassin's Creed 2.
The first one was garbage.
It was so bad.
The first one was so bad. Why would you even fucking bother?
There's a great YouTuber called Soviet Womble. He's primarily a Twitch streamer, but he made a joke on one of his videos about it. It's like, it's from a couple of years back, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to watch the Assassin's Creed movie." He's like, "Oh, so you're going to watch like weird animations and faces not fully render while you're playing?" It's like, yeah. Why the fuck would they try adapting that game to a movie?
It's not gonna work.
There's a thing with video game movies that I completely agree with. It's that video games have such a level of like player choice that you're never going to be able to recapture that in the movie unless it's a game that's like super linear.
No, because one of the beautiful things about video games is that the player has control in some way.
Yeah. Next up, Flash Gordon. Number 5.
So it would be it would be super cool to see a Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Maybe not super cool. It'd be cool to see a Flash Gordon movie.
And actually, it says here, Taika Waititi was attached to it.
That
would be fucking great.
That would be awesome.
But then at the same time, this is Fox's pre-preparation.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we have to remember here.
Yeah.
We're not talking about like Marvel.
We might eventually see this come back.
We're talking about just like Fox.
This is the one that I look at and I'm like, maybe.
Yeah. So,
but number 6, McClane.
So I'm a huge fan of the Die Hard movies. I really am. I love Bruce Willis.
This one specifically says not Bruce Willis.
But like, there's no fucking point in a goddamn Die Hard movie without Bruce Willis. There's no point in making more movies. And if you're right, you said this one would have been a prequel.
Yeah. Okay. Which I mentioned earlier that like. What would it be? His basic training as a cop?
Yeah, pretty much. Like the dude where it starts off in that first movie is he's just a dude working for the NYPD on vacay in LA.
Yeah.
Like
what the fuck?
Okay.
Number 7, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Don't need it to happen.
Why?
Because
there was one movie that was Garbo.
one. I mean, like, sure. It's basically like if you want to make a monster movie universe.
Yeah.
They already tried to do that.
Dark Universe didn't work.
So the Dark Universe tried to relaunch that. That's essentially, you're taking a lot of those same characters from those movies and using them in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but just in a different vein.
Yeah.
And
it's still probably not going to be good.
It's not going to be good because not a lot of people have attachment to the characters in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Yeah. And at the same time, like, it's still too fresh. It's still too fresh of a remake for something that did happen.
Yeah.
And the one that did happen, no offense to Sean Connery, sucked. Like, it was not a good movie. And I can see why Alan Moore fucking hated it. like,
the last one on the list, a movie that I've never even heard of, the prequel to Sandlot.
Oh my god, dude! Like, again, like it's nobody's asking for anybody to like spend money making a prequel to Sandlot. Like,
I don't even know what this shit is.
Like, Sandlot's a great childhood movie about some like friends playing baseball, and they lose like a baseball to like the neighborhood, like the neighbor's dog, and the neighbor's dog is this big, scary kind of monster junkyard dog. Right?
Is that it?
And that's basically like the premise of the movie.
Oh, okay.
And it's a fun movie.
Why would they need a prequel?
It's a fun kids movie, right? But they don't need that's such like it's because nostalgia, man. They're trying to beat the nostalgia people, like the people that want all these like, you know, fun like 90s kid things to like come back around.
I love the description of this. In a time where reboots and unnecessary sequels are common, this would be very interesting.
Pretty much, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that movie. I'm not interested in
fuck
like
Fox.
any of those, dude. Fuck Fox.
Good thing everything's with Disney now.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Man.
Conglomerates are taking over the world.
It's kind of true. Well, I guess this is it, man.
Matinee Edition.
Another episode of Matinee Edition in the bank.
Aqua-Cola.
Number
Every day of the
14.
week. 14? 13?
Go get it.
14. 14. Fuck Fox.